Hey everybody, this is the mtg noob here. I know you're expecting to see some awesome block daily events from BBD this week. Unfortunately, he's got a personal commitment for the next month, so he won't be joining us. Good news is that I am going to still be doing block today. Bad news is that I am going to be doing block today. This is the mtg noob, in case you don't know. I've been on kind of the zombies kick as of late, so I'm going to take a list that I saw was pretty interesting and just try to run it through some two-mans. This is the deck tech video, but in all seriousness, we are looking for weekly block contributors who are consistent, who have a love for game casting and showing off their magic skills. So if you are interested in doing it, even if you want to just submit a one-time kind of thing, that's cool. If you want to do a weekly thing, you could let me know. I will leave my contact information in the description. So let's get to this deck tech. First things first, we're looking at the mana base. I'm not going to highlight the cards because you can see, that thing always happens, they're nice and giant for you over here. Okay, so we got some swamps up in the mixed. Beautiful, beautiful swamps. There are 22 of them, and it's a very easy mana base to not get mana screwed, or color screwed, I should say. Okay, let's talk about our one drops. We'll talk about the removal at the one spot first. We have 3 dead weight. This is just basically for anything that is very annoying, especially like humans and early stuff that can get out of hand when you're on the draw against humans. Sometimes you need to kill a 2/2 champion of Parish. Then you have 4 tragic slips to deal with their bigger things. You do have a good amount of sack outlets in this version of the deck, so tragic slip usually will trigger as a removal spell, like a 13 -13 kills essentially everything in the format for 1 mana. Okay, so then we'll talk about our creatures. At the 1, we have 4 diagraph ghouls and 4 grave crawlers. Very, very aggressive brain-eating monsters at the 1 slot. They go in conjunction with the highborn ghouls, who a lot of people are not playing black in their main deck, maybe aristocrats or things of that nature. So he's usually getting in for 2 damage a turn. And then continuing the zombies part of the deck, you have the cleanup hitter, the messenger as 4 of, who just pretty much destroys face. He's very, very good, very hard to deal with, especially in this format. Outside of Pillar and Sever the Bloodline, there's really no way to effectively get him off of the playing field unless you're 2-for-1ing yourself. Okay, so those are our zombie creatures. Now we have a lot of other creatures in the deck that do certain things, and this list basically revolves around a sacrificial theme. You have your Altar's Reap, which it gives you card draw, which is very nice, especially with guys that have Undying and guys that come back for essentially free. And then you have your Blood Flow Connoisseur. And now the reason you have this sack outlet kind of deal is for triggering Tragic Slip, but that's good. But the main reason is Blood Artist to ping them and drain some life. We have 4 Blood Artists and 3 High Priests to make 5/5 demons that fly. So the creature base is really strong sometimes and not so strong others. Like sometimes you'll just end up with the nut draw, zombie, 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 kill you. And then sometimes you'll be like, oh, I have a squire in the High Priest, a 1/2 dude, or I have a 0/1 Blood Artist. I have a baby Tarmogoyf that's never going to get any bigger, and you'll be sitting there and wanting to claw your eyes out. Finally, in the main deck is the 2 Bloodline Keepers, who are there basically to fight flyers such as aristocrats. They can block it themselves if they really need to, if you're in a pinch, but they basically can stream bats out and just chump for days. So that's the main deck. 28 creatures, 22 lands, and 10 spells. Let's talk a little bit about the sideboard. human frailty as a 3 of is in the list to deal with humans, obviously. That's really the only matchup you're going to bring this in against, outside of maybe if you're desperate to kill like a Huntmaster or a Zealous Conscripts, but I'm not really certain you want it outside of your human matchups. Appetite for Brains is good against control matchups and dealing with cards that you kind of can't usually deal with in this list, such as like planeswalkers or annoying enchantments, things of that nature that you don't really have a way to deal with. So, and you would bring this in against like Grixis Control, Jund, the Miracles list, because it really is good against that. Cryptkeeper is kind of a concession to you can't run the Grafdigger's Cage because it kills a lot of your main action in the deck by taking away Grave Crawlers and taking away your Messenger's Undying ability. So you run the Cryptkeeper, and you basically bring this in against Reanimator strategies, especially like Angel of Glory's Rise deck, because if you get their Angel out of their graveyard, they're just kind of a really bad version of a Reanimator deck. Okay, then Sever the Bloodline is good against any tokens you might see, good against taking out big dudes in Jund. Takes out a lot of problematic creatures that you can't really deal with, like Tree of Redemption and things of that nature. So you're going to be boarding that in against decks that you feel like their creatures outclass yours. And finally, Witchbane Orbs. The Witchbane Orb is very good at preventing you from getting burned. It prevents Bonfire the Damned from hitting you, and it allows you to never be targeted by like a Devil's Play or a Planeswalker. So you want to bring it in against those matchups. But it's also very good if they slap a Curse of Death's Hold on their side, and you are just pretty much cold to that if you see all of your creatures straight die to Curse of Death's Hold, except for the Bloodline Keeper, the Messenger, and the Diagraph Ghoul. Okay, so I'm going to take this into some 2-mans, and we'll see how it plays out. Thank you for watching. Please check out the main site, themtgnoob.com. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you are serious about getting into some block on the site or the channel, please contact me, and I will be more than happy to answer any serious inquiries. Thank you.